Majestic lion named Leo. Leo was not only strong and brave, but also wise and kind. These qualities earned him the respect and admiration of all the animals in the forest. One sunny morning, as Leo was resting on a big rock admiring the jungle around him, he felt something odd atop his head. He reached up and realized his crown was missing. His golden crown was a symbol of his leadership and kindness, a gift he had received from the animals as a token of their trust and love for him. Leo's heart sank as he remembered that he had placed it carefully on his favorite rock beside the river the day before. Determined to find his crown, Leo called out to the animals of the jungle. The monkeys, birds, elephants, rabbits, and even the smallest ants gathered around looking up at him with concern. Leo addressed them, saying, "My dear friends, I seem to have misplaced my crown, and without it I feel incomplete. I am asking for your help to find it as it holds great value, not just to me, but to our entire jungle." The animals murmured among themselves. Each animal felt an urge to help the lion not just because he was their king, but because they all loved him for his kindness and fairness. The wise owl was the first to speak, saying, "Leo, you have always helped us in times of need. Now it is our turn to return the favor. We will search every corner of the jungle until we find your crown." The first animals to set out were the monkeys with their quick movements and sharp eyes. They swung from branch to branch, peering into nests and tree hollows, but the crown was nowhere to be found. They searched near the riverbank and bushes and even among the high branches of the tallest trees, but found nothing. Meanwhile, the elephants used their trunks to search through bushes and around large rocks. They lifted logs and searched the dense grass, but to no avail. Leo's crown seemed to be missing without a trace. The rabbits darted through the tall grass, sniffing and digging near roots and burrows. They too found no clue of the missing crown. Birds flew high and low, swooping across the jungle, hoping to catch a glimpse of something shiny below them. But not a single feathered friend found a clue. As the day turned to evening, the animals began to grow tired, but they were determined to continue searching. Leo sat patiently watching his friends with a gentle smile, despite the worry in his heart. He felt humbled seeing how much they cared and how tirelessly they searched for him. Just as the animals began to lose hope, a small voice piped up from the ground. It was a tiny ant named Pip. Pip had a reputation for being clever and observant despite her size. Pip marched up to Leo and said, "Your Majesty, may I ask where you last saw the crown?" Leo thought for a moment and replied, "I left it beside the river on my favorite rock yesterday." Pip nodded thoughtfully and scurried off toward the river without saying another word. She remembered a story her grandmother once told her about a mischievous crow named Jax, who loved shiny objects. Pip suspected Jax might have taken the crown as a new treasure for his collection. Pip hurried to Jax's usual hiding spot, a tall tree near the river. She climbed up the tree slowly and carefully and eventually spotted Jax perched on a high branch, gazing at something gleaming on a branch above. Pip called out to him, saying, "Jax is that shiny object on the branch." Leo's crown. Startled, Jax glanced down at the tiny ant with wide eyes. He tried to brush off the question, saying, "I found this by the river. It was just lying there all alone. I thought no one wanted it." Pip crossed her tiny arms and gave him a serious look. "Jax, you know that crown belongs to Leo, our king. If you took it by mistake, please give it back to him." Jax hesitated. He was known to be mischievous, but he was not unkind. He looked at the crown, then back at Pip, then sighed and said, "All right, Pip. You are right. I never meant any harm. I just liked how it shone in the sunlight." He carefully lifted the crown in his beak and followed Pip down the tree toward Leo. When they arrived, all the animals gasped with relief and joy. Leo's eyes shone with gratitude as he saw Jax holding the crown. He gently lowered his head as Jax placed the crown back on it. Leo then lifted his head proudly and looked around at all his friends, saying, "My dear friends, thank you from the bottom of my heart for helping me find my crown. Each of you has shown such kindness and loyalty. I am truly blessed to have you all." He then turned to Jax, who looked a little ashamed, but Leo's gaze was warm and forgiving. Leo said, Jax, we all make mistakes, and I am grateful that you returned the crown to me. Thank you for your honesty. Jax's face lit up with a smile, and he nodded, feeling relieved and happy. The animals cheered and celebrated the return of the crown. Under the starlit sky, they sang, danced, and shared fruits and treats. The jungle echoed with laughter and joy, reminding everyone of the strong bond they shared as a family. As the celebrations came to an end, Leo gathered everyone and shared a lesson, saying, Today we have all learned that sometimes things may go missing, or mistakes may happen, but with honesty and kindness, everything can be made right. The most precious crown is not gold or jewels, but the friendship, loyalty, and love we share. The animals nodded in agreement, and from that day onward, the jungle thrived in even greater harmony, knowing they had a wise and forgiving king, and that no crown was as valuable as the unity and trust they shared.